Today I'm going out to load up the motorcycle and possibly put the camper on today. If not, that'll be tomorrow. And then on Monday, which is 2 days from now, taking off on the trip finally. Seems like it's taken forever to get here, but it's finally happening. 2 days from now, on Monday, I'll actually be taking off and heading south. So excited. The time feels like it has been just dragging on, and it's finally here. Hopefully it goes smooth loading the motorcycle. The snow's probably not going to make it too much fun to drive up that slick ramp, but we'll see how it goes. It's been a busy weekend so far. Got a bunch of projects done for the shop that I've been trying to wrap up. Got a couple of projects done on the truck today. I have a few projects left to wrap up on the camper. I have 2 different people's birthday parties that I have to go to this weekend, amongst a few other social situations, but I think I'm gonna get it all done in time to leave on Monday, surprisingly. Well, we couldn't be leaving a moment too soon, because looks like there's a huge storm coming up in the forecast. It's supposed to snow quite a bit, and it's gonna get back down in the single digits and negatives again. Checked the forecast for Texas a couple of days ago, and next week it's gonna be up in the 80s in Dallas and 60s and 70s around Lubbock. I'll take that. I built this custom front hitch for the truck. Basically just bolts in where the tow hooks usually would be, and this little drop hitch, because otherwise the handlebars would be sticking up well in my line of vision out here. So here we go, let's load this thing up. Like, could have went worse. I've been loading this bike pretty much every time by myself since I bought it. And I can tell you now, it's definitely one of those processes that would be 100 times easier with another hand. More often than not, there's not one around, so here we are. But you sort of find your process and your ways to do things, and that's what I've done with this. And you gotta always remember to tie up the slack on these straps. I forgot to do so, or I didn't forget to do so. I did, and it came loose and caught under the tire and yanked the motorcycle back that way and slammed into the hood of the truck right there. So now I always make sure to tie these nice and tight so they don't come loose. I guess realistically I could probably just cut them down to length and make it work, but why would I cut up a perfectly good ratchet strap? For anybody that's wondering, this is a 2003 Yamaha TW200. It's just an old farm bike that I bought off of a guy. Got it cheap enough, and needs a lot of work done to it still. I did a ton ton of work when I first bought it. Put new bars on it. The guy had spray painted it black and put decals from like a YZ on it. So took all the bad decals off, painted the thing white, got the bigger gas tank for it. I still got to do the valves on it at some point. They're rattling pretty bad. The front forks have leaked pretty much all the way out. So it's a hoss to ride. There's nothing fast about it, but it'll go anywhere you want to go. It's road legal. It'll do 65 or 70, but it's obviously, being a 200, it's not extremely happy about doing 65 or 70, but around 55 to 50, it's extremely happy on the road. Fun to ride. It sits low. I'm a little bit of a shorter guy myself, so that's an upside for me. These are great bikes though. They were designed to be farm bikes. They've got the rear tire that's huge for a dirt bike, and it's geared super low, but you can take this thing out in the sand, the mud, the mountains, anywhere else that you want to go, and it'll just go. It's a goat. Obviously, if you're a big motocross guy, you probably wouldn't have a lot of fun on it, since it's not gonna be nearly as fast as your bikes would be. But for me, this thing's awesome, and it's great just being able to throw it on the front of the truck and take off down the road, go find the trail somewhere, unload it off the rack while I'm camping, and rip down a dirt road, forestry service road, county road, whatever. Or if you're camped somewhere and you don't want to take your whole rig with you, you just take the bike off and you can rip out to the grocery store, the gas station to get snacks. If you needed anything else, as I did last year on this trip, I was down in Baytown, Texas, which from Montana was about the farthest away I was going to be on that trip. And my carrier bearing went out on my truck, which it's that black round thing right there in the middle, and it holds your drive shaft up. So that's a pretty important part on the vehicle. And being that far away from home, obviously I don't have anybody to help out there, and the only vehicle I had was down. So it would have been extremely nice to have had the motorcycle on that trip, and just to be able to go out and drive down the road to the store to pick up parts, to pick up tools, or anything else I needed. So I'm going to be very excited this time around to have it out on the road. I think that's about everything I needed for my storage unit. Got the bike loaded up. Got the tailgate pulled off so we can get the camper on. Got the generator loaded up. So let's head back and get the camper on. So I've had the camper off of the truck since just before Thanksgiving, I believe. It's been nice having a little bit more maneuverability. The truck feels a lot lighter when you drive it. Surprisingly, the gas mileage actually doesn't change that much from having it on to having it off. I'm pretty excited to get it back on though. I love seeing this rig put together. It's a sight to see once it's got the rear basket, the motorcycle, and the camper on it. So let's get this done. Up at the height to get into the bed now, and I can always just imagine bumping that thing when it's just up on 4 little skinny legs and the whole thing crashing down. So here we go, let's get this thing put together. All we gotta do is lower it down on the truck. It's a pretty tight fit. The box on this side fits incredibly close to the fender well. And on this side, the gray water tank fits really tight to the body on this side as well. So it's a tight fit. It fits this bed like a glove though. As far as length goes, I've got an 8.5 foot bed. And that's what the camper is. It's a little sideways right now, but I can adjust that with some straps or something in a minute. Once we get it down, we will chain it to the chain down points on the truck, and she'll be safe and secure. Well, we got her all mounted. She's sitting down. All I gotta do now is chain it and get the legs unfrozen from the ground that are still down there that have the feet on them. There's one cool little thing that I installed on this camper. My Renogy charge controller has a Bluetooth option where you can turn on a load. So from my phone, I can turn on lights on the outside of the camper. Might be a little cheesy, but I think it's pretty cool. That's about it for this video. Tomorrow, Sunday, I've got a few little wiring projects to take care of. Got to get the camper cleaned up and ready to roll. Might wash the truck, but the next video will be taking off. We're heading into Wyoming first, and then dropping down into Colorado, and then from there we'll be rolling into New Mexico, and then on into Texas for a good month. So we'll see you next time. Try to get a new video posted in a couple of days, starting the trip out. Hope you guys stay safe. Get out there, run around, do something fun, and bye.